Very special young people who we have here today. And shortly after birth, Korbin Andes was referred to Easter Seals for a variety of services. Let's watch now, though, while Korbin's parents and therapists tell us about some of the obstacles that he has had to overcome. It's a wonderful story that if you haven't seen it already, you will be touched by it. And let's go ahead and take a look at it right now.
He first started with PT and OT. The therapy, he was really weak. He did not use his right side of his body at all.
Korbin had some intrauterine strokes that had a severe impact upon his brain and his brain's development. Initially it was felt that he wouldn't have any chance of developing any skills or making any progress, and he certainly is proving us wrong.
We started working with basic stuff because he was unable to control his muscles. He wasn't able to sit, he wasn't able to crawl, he wasn't able to roll. So we worked on starting with the basics and gaining some of that control before we have now started to move into more fine-tuning things. For the vision, we're working on tracking objects. He has a lot of visual field cuts. We're tracking things left to right and trying to track things up and down. For the longest time, they didn't think Korbin was seeing anything, and then as therapy went on, we started noticing that he could always see stuff in the lower quadrant on the left side, and now he's progressed to where he is tracking all the way across, and he can actually stare at and recognize things on his right side.
Well, Korbin actually has grown tremendously. I mean, before he wouldn't sit, wouldn't do anything, and now he's trying to walk. I mean, he can actually hold a bottle and drink from it, which before he couldn't do.
We did a lot of work on the therapy ball. Korbin really loves the therapy ball and he has fun on it. It took him a while to get used to it. It's a little scary for a kid that has the difficulties that Korbin does. But once he got on there, he really liked it. So we're trying to work his abdominals, his trunk, and trying to get him to come up to sit on the therapy ball. Just different strategies to work his core, because that's where he's the weakest. We are working on getting Korbin a gait trainer. He does really well in it in therapy. We need one for home, and they're getting one, and we're really hoping that he'll use that, and he'll be walking on his own, maybe with some sort of assistive device or with hands held.
We have him starting to use a device, like a twin talk to where he can hit the yes button and the no button, and choose activities. You pre-record it through 2 different options. We use yes and no. We also say like I want puffs versus I want toys, and then he'll have to request different things. Korbin's tracking different things now. He localizes sound wonderful, so if you would shake something or vibrate something, you would easily look in the direction towards the object.
We were told that he was completely blind, and yet during some of the presentations, it was obvious that when the lights would change, he would recognize it and smile accordingly, that he has some idea about being photographed and enjoying it. He is learning to sit and is getting much better at it. He is doing some supported standing. He is relating more to people than was expected, so he continues each time I see him to surpass expectations.
If you need help, bring your child over here. They have helped Korbin, just like I said earlier, tremendous. Yeah, no arguments about Easter Seals.
I think a lot of parents don't want their kids to have problems that, you know, nobody asks for it. And if you have them, you need to help the kids get them the best that you can and get them here, because they have done a tremendous job with Korbin, and I think they could for many other kids as well.
Great story about a beautiful young man right there, Korbin Andes, and you got to see the story and hear a little bit from his family and from his therapists as well, and see him in doing his activities as well at Easter Seals. We would like now for you to have the opportunity to meet him and his family in person as well. And they're standing by live right now with our very own Leanne Town. Leanne?
Hi everybody, that's right, we have a full couch full of people over here, including the popular little Korbin here, and his big brother Brody, as you can see by his shirt, and Father Mark and Mother Heather. And also joining us today are 2 therapists, Melanie and Kelly. And as you just saw, some major improvements, and you guys have seen them firsthand. Before I talk to you real quick, Mom, what have you seen and what have you enjoyed so much about Easter Seals and what they've offered?
Just Korbin has made a lot of growth. He wasn't sitting at all when we first started coming. He wasn't making any noises, and now he'll say mama and dada and a lot of words that we just hear just randomly, but we hear them. So just seeing those things brings a smile to your face because you weren't expecting them.
Sure. It's such a unique story with him. He actually had a stroke within the womb?
Yes.
And when did you learn about that? Was it not until he was born?
No, we actually found out about 2 months before he was born, but they told us he had some other major problems that he might not even survive. And then when he was born, he was doing very well, and they finally ruled it as a stroke before he was born. So.
And now, as far as you as a therapist, I know you must look forward to seeing that little face come in your door every day. What is it about you, some of the major milestones, maybe, if you don't mind talking first, about some of the things that he's reached that you just are so surprised by?
Choosing which ones he likes and prefers over non-preferred items, so he's doing really well.
All right, and of course he's a typical youngster, a little cranky right now, but that's okay. Melanie, and you as far as little Korbin, what is it that you enjoy so much about him?
Korbin has come so far. I actually saw him for the first time when he was 3 months old. So I've been seeing him a very long time, but just where his motor skills have come. He's sitting up on his own and, getting into sitting, and when he's in the walkable, he's able to walk, and he's just come so far, so.
All right. And so this is a personal plea for all of you guys to get people to call in for people like Korbin and maybe the youngsters that aren't even born yet that are going to need these special services.
Right. Like Heather said before, you never know if it's going to happen to you or someone you know, so everything helps.
All right, Mom, anything else you want to say? Or Dad, I know you just really want to hop on that camera.
Donate a lot of money.
Absolutely. Brody, do you want to say hi to anybody?
Tell them hi. Tell them what's up.
Oh, he was just talking of a storm a moment ago. Now he's going to be all shy with us. So it's great to see, and we can't wait to see him next year and then the year after that and all the advances. And we are so happy that you guys joined us here today. So thanks for stopping by.
Glad to be here.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having us.
All right, Scott, back to you.
All right, Leanne, thank you so much, and it's great to see his family here with him as well. Quality environment.